Hello everybody and welcome to Introduction to Public Education. I will be your professor this semester, and I just want to say I'm very sorry for not being with you today in class. Unfortunately, we had a death in our family, and so I will be attending a funeral. So thank you to Mr. Shank for filling in for me, and I will see you guys in a few days. But the show must go on. So this is the first day of class, so let's go ahead and go over some of the details and information regarding what you can expect from this class this semester. First of all, most faculty members at KCC have a website dedicated to them, basically. So if you ever want to visit and learn a little bit about me, you can visit a link, and I will post this in our Canvas course as well, or you can just go to our KCC homepage and search by any faculty member's name. You'll see information about where we attended college, some of our professional development activities or accomplishments, awards that we have won. So again, feel free. So you're probably wondering, what did I sign up for? Well, this is a traditional face-to-face course, which means that we meet for a specific amount of time each week. This class, it's a 3 credit hour, so it's 150 minutes that we meet each week. There may or may not be some online assignments or requirements. KCC instructors have that option of placing things in our online environment, which we call Canvas. You can actually participate in discussion forums or submit papers, all that great stuff. In this class, we are going to use Canvas for two things. An optional journal submission area, which means you can either print it from a printer and turn it in to me when they are due, or you can actually submit online. Students in the past have told me that submitting online is much easier. They don't have to worry about the paperwork or losing their paper. And plus, it's cheaper, obviously, because you're not paying to print. Also, we are going to read a book in this class. I hope you purchased it. It's called Teach Like Your Hair is on Fire, and I have a list of questions that Mr. Shank will give to you, and the questions can be addressed or answered in an online forum. The great thing about answering the questions in the online forum is it keeps a record of what you've posted, so then when it's time to write our paper about it, you can use some of your quotes or some of your facts from the posts in your paper. Also, if you choose to participate in the online forum, you can earn bonus points. Of course, bonus points help. So any little bit that you can do to help your score, I would advise you to do it. Now, what do? So you log into Canvas. We have lots of resources on campus to help you with online resources. I will help you. The tutoring lab can help you. But if you'd like to wait until Thursday to get started, I will gladly go through a tutorial and show you how to get logged in. If you've already taken a class in Canvas or you're very comfortable, feel free to look around. The course will be activated by the time that you hear this presentation. If you're having any difficulties logging in, I advise you to contact ITS. Their number is 815-802-8900 or helpdesk@kcc.edu. What you can expect from this course is you can expect to be challenged. Education courses are not easy. They're not supposed to be easy. Being a teacher is not easy. So I want to make sure that whatever we do in our class, it's meaningful and that you will feel like your time is well spent. Also, I would like for you to be prepared each and every class session. I greatly appreciate it when students come to class having read or completed assignments that I have assigned the previous class session. To be honest, it gets pretty boring if everyone shows up to class unprepared. So please make sure to do your part outside of the time that we meet. Also, I expect that you will be in class every day to earn the best possible grade. Things come up, I understand, just like today. I am attending a funeral. I'm sure things might come up for you too. I am a very flexible teacher and a very understanding teacher, but attendance is important. So you just want to make sure that you keep your absences to a very, very small number. in this class and in every class. Also, I want you to expect to learn a vast amount of information that will help you on your journey in becoming a teacher. There is a lot to know, and I'm not trying to overwhelm you, but it is important to understand some of the major concepts as soon as possible. It can help make a better decision for you and also help you decide which direction to go. So many of you might be thinking about teaching elementary or possibly high school, but what about middle school? So again, this class will introduce you to different grade levels, different opportunities and options that you have. Again, I want you to be prepared. I want you to push yourself and do your best on each assignment. I know that you probably have a lot of things pulling you in many different directions. I do too. But at the same time, it's important to focus and do your best on your assignments. Also, ask questions when you do not understand something. Asking questions can be in class, like raising your hand, that's what we're used to, or you could send me an email or possibly stop by my office during office hours. The choice is yours, but please ask questions. In this class, we do a variety of different assignments, and the reason why is because as a teacher, you should be prepared to create and administer different types of assignments to your students. Lecture is great, okay, but there are other ways to teach, and so you need to make sure that you understand the different types of assignments that you can either participate in as a student or create and then give to students when you are a teacher. So in this class we have hands-on projects. We take a few quizzes and exams, nothing major, nothing to be afraid of. Small and large group discussions, of course, and you're going to have the opportunity to teach a lesson. I will explain more of that when I return. And then also we'll have a few team or group projects. Collaborative learning is something that you need to learn the benefits, the pros and cons of as a student, as well as why you would give a team or group project as a teacher. Last but not least, we're going to write journals. I know journals sound like something that an adolescent female would write in her diary, but reflection is important. And as a teacher, it's important to think about what went right and what didn't go so right. So in our journals, we will discuss topics related to education, as well as things that happen in class or things that you see or hear about maybe on the news, or if you like to read newspapers, or maybe you subscribe to a blog or something like that. So again, I will describe the details when I return. Something that's required in this class is an observation component, and I hope that you saw that in the course catalog or in the description. First of all, required means that if you don't do this, you do not pass the class. So it's important for me to stress that to you now. Nothing to be concerned about. The background check is what scares most students. Let me be clear, we're not looking for parking tickets, speeding tickets, things like that. We're looking for major offenses. The reason why we do this now is because, the state has specific guidelines, in particular regarding felony convictions, and we don't want to waste anybody's time taking a bunch of classes and going through a bunch of steps to then find out, oh, unfortunately your criminal history does not allow you to become a teacher. So again, if you have any questions about this, talk to me. Come see me in my office, pull me aside, and we'll get to the bottom of it. Also, you will complete 15 hours outside of class in public schools. You'll pick the schools, and I will make the arrangements for you. You can observe special education classrooms or regular education classrooms. You're going to take notes while you're there. Basically, the rule is you write down everything you see and everything you hear. And then you're going to get signatures of the teachers that you work with. That's just to verify that you actually attended. And then you're going to write a paper. So when it's all said and done, you're going to be able to document your experience and what you have learned. If you have any questions, see me before or after class. I have office hours Monday through Thursday, some in the morning and some in the afternoon. That information is listed in our syllabus. You can also stop by during those times or email me or call me. I am happy to help. Moving right along, I wanted to address some of the other handouts that Mr. Shank will be sharing with you today. First of all, late work. I know some of you have classes where late work is not accepted. Well, I used to do that too. But then I decided, well, what's a better solution? Because I do understand sometimes you just have a horrible day and you're a great student, but you just forget. So I have this policy for late work. First of all, emergencies do happen, and I know that. I want you to make sure you contact me and let me know or explain why you're not submitting your work. It doesn't have to be a very detailed story. Just let me know. Also, 2 days during this semester, the first day being on October 7th, and then the second day being December 2nd, you will be allowed to turn in late work. So for about the first 8 weeks of the semester, anything that you do not submit, you will complete the assignment, meet all the requirements, and then you will place these items in a folder. On October 7th, you will either hand them to me in the folder or you will slide them under my office door. Then, for the second part of the semester, the second 8 weeks, anything that you have not submitted after October 7th, in between that date and December 2nd, you can again complete the assignment as best as you can, put it in a folder, and then hand it to me or slide it under my office door. So again, 2 parts, first half of the semester, second half, but you know what? Some points are better than nothing. And again, even though you will not earn the maximum points, because we have to be fair, some points are better than zeros, so I would advise you to make sure you complete all the assignments in this course. Mr. Shank's going to also pass out the syllabus for the course. Again, this is a lengthy document, partly because the class has a lot of parts, but the other is because we have a lot of procedures and policies at KCC. So again, a lot of this we've already discussed. Here's my name, and let me explain. I was recently married, so you might see my previous name, which is Reardon's, but now my married name is Fredericks. Here is my office number and my telephone number, my office hours, my division chair, we sometimes call them associate deans, and that's Mr. Paul Carlson. So if you ever have any issues, please feel free to contact Mr. Carlson, but I would really ask that you call me first. Let's try to work it out. Also, our division office is W102. We have a few books here. First of all, we have the Teaching Today. That is optional, so that means you don't have to buy it. I'm going to provide plenty of resources for you, so I'm just trying to save you a little bit of money. Some of the required books, though, are the Illinois School Law Survey. We will work on this mostly in the second part of our semester, so beginning in about October. We will start reading Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire right away, so please make sure you have purchased this. And then last but not least, The Creative Teacher. This is also pretty much optional. If you've ever thought to yourself, I'm not really creative, this book might help you. But again, I'm going to give you plenty of ideas too. Also, you'll see some of our core standards and subject areas as you scroll through. In Illinois, we have professional teaching standards. That's just a part of our profession. These are things that you must be able to do, accomplish in your teacher training. So in this class, these are some of the topics that relate to our assignments. Understanding your students, knowing how to teach, what to teach, the learning environment, how to set up a classroom, classroom management strategies, various topics related to the art and science of being a teacher. Also, we have some special education standards that we meet. These are only a benefit to you. Even if you do not plan on becoming a special education teacher, you will work in an inclusive classroom, which means students who have special needs and students who do not together in the same room. And so it's important for you to understand some basic concepts. We will cover those in this class. We have some assignments that we will complete, and I will describe these as we go. Please keep in mind that syllabi are flexible, so for anybody taking a class at KCC, you're going to get a document like this, but understand that things can be changed, and it's important for you to understand that. So we see this list of assignments, they might change. I might decide to get rid of something or add something. You just have to work with me here. Also, please understand that the background check is required. And we're going to go through options of different schools. So if you're not from this area, no big deal. I will help you. I will give you a list, and you will be able to find the right spot for you. Also, please note that when you become a teacher, you are what is called a mandated reporter. A mandated reporter, it's not just teachers, it's also doctors and people who work with people, basically, school and child care personnel, anybody who's in law enforcement, social workers, if you work for the Department of Children and Family Services. Again, anytime you work with kids, that just means you're looking out for the best interest of children and young adults. So if you notice when you're observing or you're out in the community and you notice that someone's being abused or neglected, it is really it's by law, you have to contact DCFS. We'll talk about this more, so please do not panic, but we'll discuss this in detail. Please make sure that you do not plagiarize. We take that very seriously at KCC. It is important that you use your own words, and if you do decide to use someone else's, please give them the credit that they are due. Use a proper citation. If you don't know how, just ask someone. I would be happy to help you with that. Please make sure that you understand when course withdrawal dates are. It's important to know the KCC calendar, which is why I've actually included some important dates here. I think oftentimes so many students just forget or they just don't know that we have specific dates set for things to happen. So for example, the last day to withdraw from a grade or with a grade of W in a 16-week class, which this is a 16-week class, is November 6th. So you have some time. I mean, you have a lot of time to decide whether or not you want to stay and complete the course, or if you just like to withdraw because it's not working out for you, it's not interesting to you anymore, or whatever your reason might be. But it's important to know that date, because if it's November 10th, you're too late. So please make sure to take a look at the calendar. Notice too, our semester starts the 17th of August. We are done early this year. We are actually in final exam week, the week of the 7th through the 10th. So again, we're going to be out pretty early in December. So just keep an eye on things. This class is divided by weeks, and we are going to discuss topics related to the Illinois Professional Teaching Standards and different course objectives each week. So as you can see, we're in week 1. When I see you on Thursday, we're going to look at the history of public education. We're also going to discuss how you become a licensed, or we sometimes say certified teacher. We're also going to get started with Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire. So again, each week we're going to have plenty to discuss and talk about. That's why it's so important for you to be in class and to not be absent. Again, this handout or syllabus is for you to take a look at your own pace, but feel free to look at it and then you can ask questions. Now each class time that we see each other, I will give you an agenda, and this is what it looks like. This is our first one. The agenda reviews over concepts from the previous class as well as the current class, and then also any assignments. Now this is the very first one, so it's a little bit different. We don't have a previous class, but the welcome, this is a little bit about your instructor, the course focus, the syllabus. Canvas has an app, so if you wanted to download that for your phone. Also late work, which we just discussed, and then you're going to get to meet each other in a few minutes. For next class, what I'd like you guys to do, and this is real, so please write this down if you have to, or put a little smiley face by it. I'd like you to go ahead and read chapter 1 and Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire, and then the handout that Mr. Shank's going to give to you. Please make sure that in your notebook, or if you want to do the online forum, answer the questions for chapter 1. Also, flashcards, which Mr. Shank is going to hand that to you as well. I would like you to look up these terms, words, peoples, places, and things. So Charlotte Danielson, she is a female, she is a woman, but she's well known in education. So I'd like you to Google her name or go to the LRC or whatever method you have and find out more about Charlotte Danielson. What is her role, or what is her connection to education? Notice here she has a model of effective teaching. Oh, there's a little clue there. So what is this about? What are Common Core standards? Find the definition. Okay, so I don't want you to just think what it is off the top of your head. I want you to really find the info. Response to intervention is another phrase I want you to look up. Lesson plan, curriculum, inclusive classroom, and paraprofessional educator. And if you notice, these are flashcards. So here's the term, and if you would write the definition over to the right in this blank area, when you take scissors, you can cut along this line, or these lines, and then these can be folded in half. So it allows you to practice the word, and then maybe recite the meaning of the word, or ask a friend to give you the meaning of the word, and then you say the term or the phrase or the person's name. Make sense? Hope so. Okay, so please make sure to do this for the next class session as well. Please make sure to buy Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire or any other required texts. If you're not familiar with KCC and you don't even know where the LRC is, please let me know on Thursday and I will give you a tour or bring you down there. But we do have LRC and tutoring services on campus that are here to help you. Also, if you are from the area, start making a list of schools that you might want to complete observations. If you're not from the area, that's okay. Go ahead and go online, look around, see if you can find any schools, the names of schools in Kankakee or Bradley or Bourbonnais, or you can wait until Thursday and I'll help you with that as well. Also, it's up to you to get that background check. And in the syllabus is the information of the company that actually runs those for us, SDG Global. I will again address this topic on Thursday. So if you're confused or you just have questions, it's not an actual assignment for Thursday, but you want to make sure that you can get going on this as soon as possible. All right, so again, thank you for joining us this semester. I know this is just a very quick overview, but I hope it was helpful. And now it is time for you guys to get to know each other. I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. Have a great day.